We could get it.
Welcome back, geek friends. Super Geek Chad.
Can we start that again? I was parting my hair.
Welcome back, geek friends. Super Geek Chad.
And Super Geek Katelyn.
And we are back with a new episode of Geek Out. But we are not unboxing this time.
No,
We're
we are not
looking at a toy. We are talking about news. A trailer for Star Wars Rebels Season 2.5?
Two and a half.
Two and a
I feel
half?
is fair.
So
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, a trailer was released showing what we're going to be seeing in the second half of Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels, and oh my god, so much stuff happens in this trailer.
So if you haven't seen it yet, before you even watch our beautiful faces, click the link right here, okay? Because you need to watch it before you watch us review it.
Yes. So we're going to kind of go through it and stop on a few places and just discuss, because like I said, there's a lot of things that were packed in this trailer. So let's go ahead and get started. Katelyn, press that play button.
Boop.
Alright, so go ahead and pause it right then and there. Right then and there. Okay, so that is a Sith temple.
Yep.
What's inside that Sith temple? Let's find out. That is a Sith holocron.
This is this.
That is a Sith holocron. No, because... So this is actually a pretty big deal, because there hasn't really been a Sith holocron that we've seen in, like, the cartoons. I mean, we've seen them in the expanded universe, sure, but we haven't seen anything that's in the now official, like, Disney canon that we've seen visually. So to actually have one in one of these episodes is a huge deal, and what it could contain is some scary stuff. So
And I feel Ahsoka's quote is also wow. I feel Ahsoka's quote is also really important here. Just the you have to know your enemy to fight it type of thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what she means by that.
And it's particularly interesting because I really feel that Ahsoka's gone down that gray Jedi path. You know,
Right. She
She left the Jedi Order at the end-ish of Clone Wars before Netflix brought it back for its 4th season, I believe. So we don't really know what's happened to her in that time. She just comes back wielding 2 white lightsabers, which I hope they kind of explain that. I don't think they will, but I really want to know where she gets white lightsaber crystals, because that's badass.
Yeah, it is really cool.
So I feel she's definitely gone down that gray Jedi path, especially she's saying that you need to understand your enemy in order to fight them. That's something that, you know, a Jedi probably wouldn't say, because they're very, you know, we're on this side. If you've played Jedi Outcast with Kyle Katarn, if you've played Jedi Academy, that stuff gets detailed pretty specifically. I mean, you can be in Jedi Academy, which is the 3rd Jedi Outcast game, and you can use Force Lightning, you can use Force Choke. It wasn't the techniques that made you evil, it was how you used them. So, I'm excited. I want to see Ahsoka use some, like, not dark side powers, but maybe use some special powers like Yoda when he was able to contain the lightning and those energy balls.
Right.
Yoda's the only one that's ever been able to do that. So I want to see Ahsoka use something that we've never seen before.
I'm just excited to see her in general.
Yeah.
But we will continue.
So we got the Sith Inquisitors back.
Yep, Darth Vader's in this one.
Darth Vader, voiced again by James Earl Jones. He's coming back.
Super excited.
And I love that they're using the query, like, old school Star Wars designs from, like, the very beginning of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they did that a lot for The Force Awakens, too. Alright, so we still have the same 2 Inquisitors, but we see a 3rd one later in this trailer, which we'll talk about when we get there. So we've got some
new.
we've got some new characters. Looks like we have 2 new characters.
And then we have Leia.
Yeah!
An appearance.
Princess Leia's in this, and she's kicking ass!
I'm so excited. That if I remember correctly, that news was released before the trailer even came out. So when I read that, I'm like, yes! We get something between, like, when she was born and when she comes up in the episodes.
Yeah, like, there's something there.
There's
she actually was
story.
doing something. She didn't just was there.
She had something she was doing with her life. And it will be fun to see, like, how she establishes, like, the Rebels.
The Rebels. Well, it's really interesting because Disney kind of pressed the reset button. I mean, Force Unleashed kind of bridged that gap between episodes 3 and 4 with Starkiller's story. And really, Starkiller kind of unknowingly started the Rebel Alliance, and even the Rebel Alliance's symbol was Starkiller's family's crest. So now that he's kind of, you know, nulled, I'm curious exactly what leads the Rebels to be formed. Because right now they're just kind of a ragtag group of people. They're not really under the Rebel Alliance banner yet. So I'm guessing that they're going to make her kind of that that person that causes it to happen.
the one to bring everybody
We're doing
together.
a lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of coming together in this episode. Waves, oceans, crashing into each other.
All right, let's continue.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
so exciting.
Get some more Ezra. And if you go back, Ezra was looking at a picture of his family.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he's still hung up on that, which that episode was, I mean, that got me. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about that earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when Ezra right there did that force move, he's like, this. I assumed I was going to be like flaying and quartering. I thought the guy was going to be chopped down, right down the middle, pulled in half, we see blood. I know that wouldn't happen in the Disney thing, but this doesn't feel like I'm going to rip guns out of someone's hand.
No, because that's more of this maneuver.
Or like
he does this,
like,
which you think is like tearing someone apart, right?
Right. It would make sense if he made both those guns go like this, but since he did like this and they both came this way, I'm like, sure.
So I'm feeling that those two scenes aren't actually
Probably
correlated to each other.
Probably
so.
not. He probably does something else with that force power.
Good to see the team still together. I'm really hoping we get more of Kanan, because it's been a lot of Ezra.
Yeah.
And I'm more interested, honestly, in Kanan and, like, what happened to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, so stop right there. Oh, so yeah, go back a little bit.
Right there.
All right, right there. We have a third Inquisitor now, and they're wearing a mask, so we don't know who it is.
I'm assuming, since they show him later in the trailer too, that he isn't just like a throwaway Inquisitor. I think he has to have some type of role. So it might be Starkiller. It might be like some other important character that comes up later in the series that we just aren't thinking of.
And remember, she, I forget what her name is, but the one in the middle, she was wearing a mask in her first episode. We didn't see her face until later.
And now she's important.
Yeah.
So, for all we know, it could be someone really important.
Or it could just be a throwaway character they need to have die to make it look epic. Alright, so that shot right there, we saw a bunch of people wielding lightsabers, and my theory is those aren't actually Jedi, but they are like those, I want to call them knights for lack of a better word, but we saw them when Ahsoka was being put on trial. There were guards that had those lightsaber staffs. They weren't like full-on lightsabers. I think those are those guys, because you can tell they're not full lightsabers, and they're all masked.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing I was thinking of when we were talking about this last time was they might be kind of like a subsect of Jedi that left after the whole slaughter from Anakin. Like, they're like, oh, we're gonna pack up and go. Let's get out of here.
Or they could even be kind of like a cult.
Yeah,
where they're just following the Jedi's teachings, but maybe they're not following it to the letter type deal.
Right, they could be kind of like, in Avatar, I always go back to Avatar. In Avatar, there was the air acolytes. They're not airbenders, but they practice.
That's exactly it. And I'm sure they have some sort of name in the expanding universe, and I'm just forgetting it, but I feel like they're not actually Jedis.
Yeah. They might just.
But that's still a cool shot, though. Yay, Chopper! God, I love him so much. Oh, Sideburns is back.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So this is our first glimpse of Yoda again. And
no,
I really liked how he was rendered
in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he looks so good. But for some reason, he looks like a pug that was punched in the face.
He really does.
He looks terrible.
And the only reason I can think of them doing this was because they wanted to be like, okay, that's Clone Wars, this is Rebels. Completely two separate things, even though the continuity's still there.
I get it, but like they changed him so drastically.
He just looks weird.
It doesn't look like the original like puppet Yoda. It doesn't look like any of the 3D renderings of Yoda.
It doesn't even look like original Episode 1 Yoda, which was an abomination.
Yeah, this one just
he just looks
so
weird. He looks like his eyes are gonna pop out, and he's like, "Oh, pick those up for me. Your first child.
Oh God,
find them."
Oh, it's so bad. I'm not digging it.
So Yoda's giving him another warning. A warning about what? And, we get to see Rex again, which is super cool. I'm glad he's in it.
Look at that face! Let's zoom in. Ready?
No,
zoom in. There it is. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that wonderful? Looks like a fucking pug.
My eHarmony profile picture this will be.
Oh, man.
Pugs are cute, but that's ugly.
I'm a whale! Space whale?
Since when did we cross paths into Treasure Planet?
I don't know.
Alright, so we get to look at the Sith Temple again.
But I want to go back to this. Okay, so this part I'm wondering about, because we talked about this before. There's like some weird energy staff that he's holding here.
Yeah.
And I think we get a shot of it later, but I'm like, why are they like touching him?
I mean, I don't think they're doing it for support, because he looks like he's inside of a ship. So
yeah.
I don't know what kind of force would be acting against him, or why he's holding it to begin with. Maybe it's just because he's physically the strongest. Maybe it has nothing to do with force. But later we see that it's powering some kind of map. So it's got to have some sort of role beyond just being a staff.
Right. So Sith Temple again.
Yep. Oh,
Darth Vader.
Looking cool. Okay, so another shot.
Yeah, so
it's cool.
Right here.
That nice duck lips there. So it's really cool that we're seeing Anakin Skywalker, before being Darth Vader. But again, for whatever reason, they decided to go with something that was drastically different from the Clone Wars animated series version of it. Again, we both are artists and animators, so we know that things change between studio to studio, but to do something so drastically different...
Yeah, it's like, not the same haircut.
No.
It's kind of close, but not really. The clothes are completely different.
He's wearing an outfit that he's never worn before.
Right, I'm like, I've never seen that outfit. When it first cut to him, I was like, oh, so it's a guy hitting beams with a lightsaber. And it's like, oh, that's Anakin?
Anakin.
Oh, well then, I didn't know.
And it's not to say that he looks bad, but he doesn't look... Right.
You have a mental picture.
Yeah.
From, the movies and then how he's already been pre-rendered.
And I think we're okay with Ahsoka being the way she is because she was a young character in Clone Wars, and obviously a lot of time has passed, so she's obviously physically changed, and we're more accepting of that because obviously she looks different because she is different.
Exactly.
But we're looking at characters, Yoda, who is 900-ish years old, and so he obviously shouldn't visually change that much. And we're looking at Anakin during the Clone Wars, so it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it looks awful, it just looks off to me.
And then also with Ahsoka, she, keeps her overall look. I feel her outfit still is reminiscent of the old one. Yeah, it's just, she still looks the same.
Yeah, man, this is getting dark. All right,
That's
so
they're
in the Jedi Temple, and then now this thing, we're looking at those knights, for lack of a better word, still. And I'm gonna call this some kind of Force flashback or Force vision. I don't see them actually having this facility in the real world. You know what I mean?
This could also be kind of like how you plug into the Matrix in a way.
Yeah.
But with the Force,
Jedi version of the Matrix.
You basically go into that state of mind and you connect through the Force.
So I'm feeling
something.
he gets here when they're all sitting in the Jedi Temple meditating. I feel like this is where Kanan ends up.
I could see that. Maybe they all meditate and they all end up somewhere else internally.
Very Legend of Korra into the spirit world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He had 2 lightsabers in his hand. Okay. Okay, so Ezra, already having issues with the dark side and being able to tap into that energy, he's going towards a Sith holocron, which is a big deal. Because Jedi holocrons normally contain information, maybe some kind of Force vision, but Sith holocrons can actually contain the essence of a Sith Lord. It's like being mummified into that holocron. So him even being next to the damn thing is reason enough to be concerned.
And then even going back to what Ahsoka said in the beginning, for all we know, he could have, in this half season, he might have some type of connection with the dark side, just to say, you need to know your enemy to fight him.
Actual lineage.
Yeah.
Someone.
Oh, that would be even better. If he had, some relative that was a Sith. Oh, God, that'd be so dark.
Oh. And then it activates the temple.
And then he touches it.
And he's holding it.
He freaking touches it.
Oh, jeez.
Call me.
Okay.
Pause right there.
And I'm going to ask you to later take that image and up the contrast because I am calling it now.
You're going to see it right here. I'm going to just put it right.
This is Darth Maul.
Yeah.
We didn't see what happened to him at the end of Clone Wars after Palpatine killed his brother Savage and then kicked Darth Maul's ass. We don't know what happened to him. But you can clearly see he has markings that look like Darth Maul's tattoos.
Right there on the lips is very apparent
yes.
just from this dark, and then his eyes, no one
Sith
else
eyes.
in the series has had eyes.
Well, except for Anakin, at that one shot in Episode 3.
Okay,
but other than that, no one has had the Sith eyes.
Main character has had that look.
And he refers to himself as Old Master. Now, when Darth Maul came back after he got rid of the robot spider legs and he was a little bit more sane, he started referring to himself as a master. If I'm not mistaken, he started calling himself a master, and that's why he took Savage on as an apprentice. So. Mm-hmm. For him to call himself the Old Master, I don't think is far-fetched. Right. I really feel like this is Darth Maul, and he's the one that's either A is the one who's egging Ezra on to go to the holocron,
or I think it's his holocron.
He is the holocron.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what Palpatine did to him, was put him inside that holocron
Right.
as like a Force ghost or whatever.
That'd be very interesting.
Yeah. So again, all speculation, but I'm calling it. This is Darth Maul for sure.
I'm excited because Darth Maul is my favorite, and I'm just excited to see him again.
I just want him to not talk as much.
Wait,
That's the only thing I don't want.
Let me back up a little bit because it shows a hand for 2 seconds.
He looks like he's wearing some sort of glove.
Maybe, but it like indents right there, and it looks like red skin. So I'm gonna assume
Darth Maul. Yeah. All right. So we're starting to pick up a little bit here.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling I'm gonna have very rapid pauses coming up here.
Which Ezra just took out a friggin' TIE fighter with one swing of a lightsaber.
Oh, look what you touched again.
Again, I don't think that Ahsoka or Kanan or any of them would be okay with him touching a holocron, because she's freaking out with him just touching a stone wall. Like, no! Don't! I feel the dark side! Like, I don't see her being like, oh yeah, that holocron, just go ahead and...
I know that. I don't think they're asking him to do anything. I think he's either being lured in, like, mentally, like, you know, being corrupted in some way, or... just went off and did it on his own.
Yeah, and which we will see if you keep going later in the trailer. It might help piece things together a little bit more. There was
the new Inquisitor.
Yeah,
right there. Oh, it's so cool.
It is cool. He's got a very, like I said, it looks like the Sith Stalker helmet mixed with like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe mixed with like a Shaolin like old school warrior helmet. Like, it's just cool. It's just cool.
Yeah, the twirly lightsaber though is still pretty
Screw those things. They're so OP and just lame.
There's the staff again.
Yep.
There's the map.
And then there's this old
sage woman.
Yeah, sage woman who we don't know.
Ahsoka, why did you leave?
Oh god.
That hurts so much. Okay, alright, you gotta pause it right there. Oh my god. So that was Darth Vader in Anakin's voice calling out to Ahsoka saying, why did you leave? Do you know what I've become?
I feel that one.
Oh, man.
I honestly think that scene is because she's meditating. Mm-hmm. I think that he's like tapping in through the Force to her. I don't think he's physically there. That's how he can like make his voice seem that way.
No, that's exactly what's happening. But think about it from this way, like, what did Kylo Ren have to do in order to become a full Sith?
Right.
I'm feeling this is Darth Vader's version of that, and I don't want it to happen because Ahsoka is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters, and it took a long time for me to like her. When she first showed up in Clone Wars, I'm like, no, this is a lame, tacked-on sidekick character, but she became such a unique character with a really interesting backstory, and I just grew to love the character, but I feel like she has to die at some point in order for Darth Vader to become the Darth Vader, the asshole that we know in episodes, 4, 5, and 6, but eventually he finally sees that light again with Luke, but I feel like he has to get rid of her somehow in order to become that person.
In all honesty, 90% of the characters in this have to either die or somehow disappear.
Yeah, because you can't
have it come over to the new series or the episodes at all.
Yep. So something has to happen.
Alright, so it looks like Darth Vader is fighting him. Oh god, there's so much. Right.
Look at all those lightsabers.
And then now he's wielding... they gotta be like... I don't think they're Jedi. I think they just believe in it and they collect the sabers.
They're just Force people.
Yeah, they just collect the sabers. And then... this I kind of have a problem with.
I do too, so it's okay.
It shows another one of like...
The tri-sabers.
The tri-sabers. And I like the whole thing with Kylo because it needed to be exhaust ports. Mm-hmm. When you make one purposely like that, it kind of defeats the coolness of Kylo. I'm like, come on.
Kylo Ren's, his saber crystal was damaged. That's why it had the vents on the side. And it wasn't really part of the saber. It was literally expelling energy. Yeah. So this one looks like it's a perfect saber because it doesn't have like the fluctuating, Just like that. That's the one thing I don't like so far.
Ahsoka being awesome.
So those were Mandalorian pilot helmets, which we've never seen before, so that's pretty cool.
Well, I know they're going to fight. Oh, God, I'm so excited.
Oh, man. So what could be happening is that Darth Vader is just kicking everyone's ass. He's kicking Ahsoka's ass. He's kicked Kanan's ass. He's kicking all ass. And then Ezra's just like, I'm not going to be able to fight him. So what does he do? He runs towards the holocron. So that might be the reason he runs up to it, because that's obviously taking place in that Sith temple.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
So we're really excited for this. I mean, if you agree with some of the things that we mentioned, if there's stuff that we missed, please say it in the comments below. We'll answer them back. Again, this is all just speculation. I mean, we're watching this the same as you. So, I mean, if you like this content, I mean, we had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you like this content, please hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, and subscribe to the Super Geek Friends.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time then. Thanks for tuning in. Bye,
Stay
guys.
geeky, everybody.